Hello and welcome to this tutorial on how to get into all the maps in Phasmophobia without the key. Don't expect to hear lockpicking lawyer saying little click out of one here. Our method of entry is more in line with DV Olaf. Why attack the lock when we can bypass the lock entirely? In our case, we bypass the entire door. This is inspired by Inson's video, which I will link below, where he successfully did a no key challenge on Tanglewood. But it made me think, what other maps can we do this on? Can you get back out of the map? Playing on a flat screen, probably not. There are possibly some ways, but it is generally easier for devs to stop players doing it. VR players, as we're about to see, have other tricks. We will not be using any sort of play space manipulation, either via Steam or an external application in this video. What can we do with these glitches? The ghost cannot do anything until the door is unlocked. No hunts, no interactions, no events, no movement. You will not have your sanity drained. See Insim's video on how you investigate the ghost while in this glitch state. This video is for getting in and out of the maps only. All the footage was recorded in single player mode with smooth locomotion. There is also the possibility that these tricks could be frame rate dependent. Higher or lower FPS may make some tricks easier or harder. It doesn't seem to matter which player model you use. I tested with a few of them. This was recorded on the Halloween patch. These places may or may not get fixed. The entire exploit may also get patched out, so please check the patch notes. I'll try to keep a pinned comment up to date below. The locations seen in this video are not the only places you can do this. These are just some places I consistently got into and out of the maps. Some places may be better for you, feel free to post them in the comments below. Before we go on to the maps, let's talk about the general technique. For most of these clips, you'll be wedging yourself into a corner or a tight space while also trying to move further into that corner with the movement stick, with a bit of wiggling of the head and the stick. I'll usually refer to this as the corner bonk. Another glitch will cause you to move upwards into a corner. I'll refer to this as levitation. Let's move on to the maps. Tanglewood. It's the starter map of the game and one that was used in Inson's video. The flat screen way of breaking in was patched out, but we can still use VR to get in. We're going to head to where the fence meets the garage. Look towards the corner of the garage and push the stick in the direction of the corner. You may need to adjust the angle a bit, but you'll know when it's working because you'll start levitating. You'll move over the fence and out of bounds. This causes the game to reset you, but puts you inside the corner of the garage. To get back out, we do the same trick but using the garage door and the shelving unit. Instead of floating, you'll bounce off the corner. With a bit of wiggling, you'll pop straight through the door. You'll have a good idea you are doing this right, as you should get the audio cue of the outside ambient sound cutting in, though not every time. You have successfully entered and exited Tanglewood without the key. Ridgeview. This one is a little trickier than Tanglewood. Let's get into position. We'll need to head over to the corner of the porch and headbutt the right hand wall while attempting to move into the corner. I found facing 90 degrees away from the corner and moving left most consistent. On success, you'll appear in the living room. To get back out, use the side of the pillar you had appeared next to when you popped in. No, the other side. That's better. Similar to getting out of Tanglewood, you'll bounce, then be ejected. Use the audio cue to judge if you're doing it right. Review done. Edgefield. This one is very similar to Tanglewood. Clipping in is done at the yellow barrier / garage corner. Sometimes you'll need to go through the barrier and warp in, sometimes you'll just bounce into the garage. Same technique as before, headbutt corner, wiggle stick. Getting out is done behind the car. Sometimes you can crouch and the back of the car will push you out, other times you will want to crouch and back your butt into the corner and wiggle the stick in an arc in the direction of the corner. The house, so embarrassed by your twerking, will eject you. Sometimes you may get stuck in the wall on the left. A bit more stick wiggling can get you back into the house to try again, or eject you from the house and wedge you into the floor, which is what happened here. I'm slightly shorter than when I went into the house. To fix this, try and get back out of bounds. This will make the game reset you to a safe place, usually the van. The other option, as seen here, is to find a corner to do the levitate trick to get your height back. Willow Street House. Guess where we're going? That's right, the garage. You can use either corner of the door to do this. The technique is the same. Look away from the corner and back into the corner with the stick. Notice at this time the ambient sound of the rain doesn't swap to the indoor version. This sometimes happens, even if you use the actual door, so don't worry about it. To get out, we're going to use the blue bookshelf in the living room. Duck under it and get behind the plant pot. While holding left, stand up into the bookshelf. This will push you into the wall and clip you into the floor. Note that moving in the floor can be a little bit tricky and can feel like your legs are drunk. I find looking away from where you want to go and walking backwards sometimes works better. Just like on Edgefield, you can use the yellow barrier to go out of bounds and be reset or levitate.
Alright, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the investigation.
Ah, the farmhouses. These maps terrify me. Let's break them. For Bleasedale, we can literally just walk in through the front door, corner bonk in. This one is quite reliable. If you are having issues, step away and have another go. Sometimes you can get back out the same way, but it is not as consistent as you see here. Let's try somewhere else. Go to the room with the lockers. Line yourself up with the gap between the tyre and the rake and just walk forward. Boom, freedom. This one is surprisingly consistent for me. Grafton. This one's a few places you can get in, but round the back is most consistent. Have a go in the other corners and let me know how you did. Sometimes one side of the door will be stubborn, so try the other. Same technique, corner bonk until you are through. To get out, find the pile of logs and place your back to the wall. Face along the door wall and bonk left. You'll hear the outside audio before phasing through. The school. This is one of the harder ones to find a setup for. The reason is the entire building is raised off the ground. As part of this bit of the tutorial, I'll show you what can happen if things go wrong. Note that the first clip into the building can work, but it fails on this attempt and I go for the backup. Go to the left of the front door and use this gap and oh. In this case I am under the floor of the building, but walking on the ground. While it is amusing to be the rare hooped floor shark, it's not very useful. You can get back out of this state by attempting to do the corner levitate trick. If this doesn't work, as you see here, just walk outside of the building. Let's try the backup. Head to the left door. You'll want to try and clip into the right corner at the top of the stairs. Same corn bonk trick as before. This should push you into the classroom next to the door. To get out, corner bonk the door. I got lucky this time and just walked straight through like it wasn't there. I wish I could have got out of school this easy when I was in my teens. Just joking, stay in school, kids. Maybe not this school, though.
We've arrived. Check the equipment and get set up before investigating. And remember to check the whiteboard for help. I managed to get a copy of the key.
Asylum. When I started, I suspected this map may have been the run killer. Not much to work with. But no, we can corner bonk through the door. I found leaning away from the corner made this more consistent. Getting back out is trickier. Corner bonking out is the easy bit. Line yourself up with a wall, you are through. Now we are stuck out of bounds. Beware, there is a pit to the left here. We want to fall in it, but if you fall in it when you weren't expecting it, can make you feel a little bit queasy. This will put you at the reset point, but on this map is not in the van, but in the door, which obviously is meant to be open. Sometimes you'll be pushed left out of the building, sometimes you'll be pushed right into the building. Either way, you'll be partially in the floor after most attempts. Getting out of this state is finicky here due to no yellow barriers. But with a bit of wall bonking and crouching, you can pop back onto the ramp. Prison. A place where you don't really want to break into, but you probably want to break out of. Luckily, someone left this handy yellow bin for us to use. Face the building and bonk into the corner formed by the bin and the wall. Congratulations, you just broke into prison. Now let's get you out. I was hoping we were going to have to use a laundry cart prop to escape, but alas, no. Go to the room with the stairs to the upper floor and line yourself up with the blue chair with the Game of Thrones prop on it. Walk into the gap and face the seating. Crouch and corner bonk until you are pushed out of bounds. The reset point is in the van. That's it. You're on the run now. As the newest map in the game, I expected Maple Campsite to put up the biggest fight. The team has more experience, it's outside, let's see how it does. There is a slight corner formed by the gate and the pole. Bonk until you start levitating. I found that looking up helped somewhat. Eventually you'll be standing on the gate. At this point, look along the fence and use the new advanced tech called leaning. Lean into the campsite, strafe left, and you are in. Do the same from the other side to escape. Maple Lodge itself needs a key. Let's see if we can get in without... So that's a yes. Maybe someone should test to see if the ghost can walk through the locked door. Can we get out? This is actually a bit trickier than getting in. After some experimentation with using the stairs to push me through the floor, you can backwards corner bonk through the door. But it's a bit more fussy than others. This one could do with some improvements, but since it's only needed for true no key percent, it is less important. So that's it. That is how you can do no key challenge on every map in VR. Expect some, if not all of these to be patched eventually, but stopping VR players from glitching, even accidentally, is a big ask. As you can see, if someone actively tries to do it, walls become a mere suggestion. Use this information wisely, and please do not ruin other people's gaming experience by abusing it. If you have any insights or feedback, please feel free to leave a comment below, or throw me a tweet. I stream on Twitch at the link below. Feel free to drop in there if you want to ask any questions live or just want to hang out. Thanks for watching.